It is simplicity itself, folks. Beer gets you drunk. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video, and I do have something from Simplicity Brewing today. This is there in Warren, Maine. This is their Orange Maple Wheat. So come on, I saw orange maple. Figured that's got to be an interesting flavor, huh? And by going with a wheat beer, you've got something that's got some body to it, but it's not going to actually overpower any flavors that you put in there with its malt profile. So yeah, it's an American wheat beer, full of flavor, body and zest, fermented with oranges and maple syrup. So Simplicity Brewing, where ales are simple and unpretentious. It's a nice place. I've actually been there. They not only sell their own beers and a couple of other things, but they also do home brewing supplies, kits, etc. So, kind of a one-stop shop for anybody who's interested in craft brewing or even home brewing. Friendly folks, family-run place. It's a husband, wife, and I saw at least one of the kids. They're willing to talk to you about their beers or pretty much anything else. They're eager to get in there and help you out, get you what you need. Prompt, friendly service. Great place. Just a great place to check out. So if you're in Warren, Maine, check out Simplicity Brewing. Today, we're going to check out their beer. And honestly, I think this is the first one I've actually seen on shelves anywhere. At least around here. So, their stuff is slowly making its way into the local market around here, which is good, because they've got some solid offerings. I remember their stout was actually quite good. Had a lot of complex flavors to it. And they mentioned that was, I can't remember if it was a family recipe or if it was a recipe brewed in honor of I think it was in honor of a family member. The owner's father was a big fan of his Irish stouts and liked the robust flavor and a couple of different aspects of it, and so they brewed it kind of to in honor of him to I don't want to say meet his standards, but a beer that they thought he would like. And this is very, very effervescent. Look at those bubbles coming up from that nucleation point. I mean, there's just tons of them. I think I had a beer the other day that bubbled almost as much as this, but not quite. So that's huge. That's a lot of effervescence in that beer. Got a decent head on it without trying too hard. It is a little bit cloudy, but it's got a nice pale yellow color to it. Definitely a wheat beer. I'm mesmerized by this, like almost a vortex of bubbles, because it's going around in circles as it's coming up. So definitely an awesome presentation on this beer. I mean, that nucleation point helps because it provides somewhere for the bubbles to come up from, but still. Definitely a wheat beer. I'm getting that nice wheaty, grainy aroma. And I am getting hints of citrus and maple. Mostly wheaty. I'm getting some sweet mapley notes and then a bit of citrus underlying that. Got a nice medium light mouthfeel. It's actually a little heavier than I would have anticipated from a wheat beer. Up front, just a nice light wheaty flavor. Then the orange kicks in, and actually, if I lick my lips after taking a sip, I'm getting a little bit more citrus off of that. So that orange kicks in, and then there's hints of maple in the finish. It's not quite as sweet as I was getting in the aroma. The flavor doesn't carry that sweetness through, but the maple character is definitely there in the finish. So it's an interesting combination. I would have never thought oranges and maple together. I would have thought more like a berry would go with maple syrup better, but the orange is actually complementing it pretty nicely. Because the flavors aren't overlapping that much. It's kind of like you're getting it in stages. So you're getting the wheat beer, then some orange, and then maple in the finish, and the flavors aren't interfering with each other. You're getting them in progression. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of overlap, but each of the flavor experiences is distinct and different. Man, that is still bubbling like crazy. I think I'm obsessed with that right now. It's like a lava lamp. I could sit here and stare at it all night long. Well, maybe not all night long, because eventually the carbonation is going to run out, the beer's going to go flat, and I'm going to get thirsty. But yeah, it is a different and unique beer, which is exactly what I expected when I read the label and picked it up. It's also got a nice, I don't want to say simplicity to it, because it is a complex beer, but there's something about the simplicity of the flavors and how they, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's simple yet complex. Yeah, I'm confused by that one too. But I guess what I'm really getting at is you can tell it's homebrewed, or not homebrewed, but you can tell it's brewed on a smaller scale by somebody who actually gave a damn about what they were putting into it, because it's simple, but it has a complex character. I don't know. Does that make any more sense? It's a damn good beer, so that's the bottom line. I'm going to put this one at a 4.5 out of 5. I'm not quite ready to bump it up to the full 5, the wow category, because I'm not getting floored by it, but because I haven't had anything that tastes like this before, and it's a really good beer, I would put it at just a 4, but it's unique in my experience. I've never had anything with the orange and the maple and the wheat flavors all together, so that's what's putting it up to that 4.5, the fact that it's a unique experience. But again, I'm not quite at that full 5 out of 5 for this one, but I'm as close as I can get. And plus, I'm still staring at this. There seems to be no end to those bubbles, and that is an awesome sight. I might have to go get another 4-pack of this just so I can pour 4 glasses of it and stare at it all night after getting good and buzzed. But it's great beer. 4.5 out of 5 for me, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Hit me up down in the comments, the email link down below. Love to hear what you have to say about the beer. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.